Hey, what's going on YouTube? So coming back with my part 2 of the NCAA Football 16 Dynasty mode with the Virginia Cavaliers. So today we are playing BYU Cougars in week 2. So changing up the uniforms a little bit, going to go orange, blue on the helmet, and then it's white socks, and then white and team colored cleats. I thought it looked pretty good. There's not a whole lot of combinations you have with UVA though. So like I said, playing in Scott Stadium in Charlottesville, and I did take over as Mike London, so I didn't create my own coach, but you guys can see the overall, it's there. These were playing with updated rosters up until about maybe October 20th, October 21st. I've said this before, I'm not exactly sure where they fall in, but it's around there for this year. So as you guys can see there, we got a little bit of the edge on offense and on defense. Hard to believe that our offense is worse than our defense, just from how it's played so far this year. But as you guys can see there, pretty cool intro that they got the UVA intro customized. I know for a couple other colleges they don't. So if you guys have not seen my part 1 to this, I did the whole preseason lead up, all the recruiting, scheduling, redshirting, all that stuff is done. That link will be in the outro also, and should also be on the playlist. I'll put the link to the playlist in the description below. So it is at Scott Stadium in Charlottesville, Virginia, about a stadium of 61,000. Probably not quite filled out in the first game. UVA football not the main attraction at the school, but BYU did win the toss, so they do get the ball first. And we do play against Tanner Mangum, so like I said, it's updated roster, so it's not going to be Taysom Hill. And they hand it off to Algernon Brown on the first play, and Micah Kaiser, who's been a big player for us, honestly, comes up with a big stop on first down to give us a good start to the season. And following play, Algernon Brown does not find really any running room either, so really doing well so far. And like I said, good to get a good start to the season. BYU is running the hurry-up offense, and they will be doing that. Trying to look for the screen on third down. Really long screen, but I'm not able to find it there. So they do have to punt, but on the first play of our drive, Matt Johns throws an interception for the first turnover of the year. And, not a great start, but nonetheless, it's still 0-0, so just try to shake it off and see where we can go. Is on the first play of their drive, Tanner Mangum finds Devin Blackman for the 5-yard reception. They run the hurry up on 2nd down and 5, and do not end up finding the guy on the outside. First incompletion of the game for Tanner Mangum, who I'm not really sure what his overall is on this game. Probably should be a little bit higher than what it is. Noticing the BYU is only like a 77 overall, which I feel like they should be a little bit higher, but like I said, I didn't make the rosters, so it is what it is. So looking to the outside, and Tanner Mangum ends up throwing it away again, and that brings up 4th down and 5, and they end up punting, and we get the ball back. Hopefully Matt Johns can do a little bit better than how he did on the last drive, and we hand it off to our running back, Taquan Mizell, and goes outside for about 4 yards on his first rush of the season. So looking at a pass play on 2nd down and 6, and able to find one of our star receivers, Kanan Severin, on the outside for about a 15 to 20 yard gain on the play. On the following play, able to find Kanan Severin again for nearly the first down, able to get the first down on the following play with Taquan Mizell, his 2nd carry of the year. And we look for Mizell again on the outside, but not much doing there. So looking at a 2nd down and 10 after we get stuffed on first down, and really nothing doing there again either. No yards on the play, so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10, and we do not end up getting it. So we end up kicking the field goal to make it a 3-0 game, giving us the first lead of the year. We stop Algernon Brown for a 6-yard gain, and Tanner Mangum running up the middle for a long gain on the play of about 20 yards, 21 yards on the play, so a big rush for Tanner Mangum there. Looking at 1st down and 10 with about 48 seconds to go, and we get the sack on Tanner Mangum, so bringing up a 2nd down and 16. Looking to get across midfield for BYU. Tanner Mangum looks to the outside. Not much doing for Algernon Brown on the play. A 2-yard reception, bringing up a 3rd down and long. So looking outside and not in bounds. So BYU ends up having to punt again. And we take over on about our own 20-25 yard line, handing off to Taquan Mizell and rushing for a good 15 yards on the play. So finding Mizell on the screen and getting outside for a good 11-12 yard reception on the play. So Mizell's been pretty big for us so far in this game, giving him the direct snap on the following play, getting outside for about a 5-6 yard gain, bringing up a 2nd down and 4. So almost 30 rush yards on the game for Mizell on 6 carries, not to mention a few yards on passing plays as well. So we find Kanan Severin on the jet sweep there, and he only gets about a yard on the play. So rolling out here, trying to find anything we can, and not really much doing there. Incomplete on the play. So we end up going for it on 4th, and find Keon Johnson down the middle for about the 5-yard gain on the slant route. So looking at a 1st down and 10 with about 3 minutes 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. Matt Johns keeps it and slides on the read option for a good 5-yard gain on the play, bringing up 2nd down. So skip ahead here and end up getting about 2 yards on the read option. I believe that was one of the BYU players injured on the play. So it brings up a 2nd down and 8. Looking outside, finding Kanan Severin for about the 30-yard touchdown reception for our first touchdown of the season. A very, very good pass from Matt Johns. As BYU looks up the middle and finds Mitch Juergens for about a 17-yard reception, trying to get something going before halftime, and finds Nate Carter on the outside, and another completion for about 6 yards on the play with about 2 minutes 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. So, like I said, BYU really running the hurry up all game and gave us a little bit of a test, and not able to find much there as the previous play, Tanner Mangum gets sacked, but they find Algernon Brown on the following play for about 15-16 yards on the halfback screen. So only rushing 3. They find Mitch Juergens again for the 15-yard reception, so BYU really driving here. They lined up in the empty set, and they find Tareen Hook for about the 4-yard reception on the play with about a minute 30 to go, 2nd down and 6. As BYU burns their first time out. They find Nick Kurtz on the play for a 5-yard gain, so bringing up 3rd down and 2, a big 3rd down here. And they find Mitch Matthews on the play for the 10-yard reception, convert the 3rd down, move into the red zone with less than a minute, or with a little bit more than a minute to go. They find Mitch Matthews there for the 11-yard touchdown reception. So right now it is 10-7 UVA with the lead. So kicking off here, Taquan Mizell able to break the tackle on the outside, find the gap, and just outrun defenders. It looks like he might go all the way. 20, 10, and end zone. Touchdown UVA. So a big return by Taquan Mizell there for 102 yards, giving us the lead back 17-7. So responding right back after BYU gets their initial touchdown. So looking to maybe convert something here for BYU as they get the long reception as Nick Kurtz is still on his feet, almost inside the 20 to about the 21-yard line. So about 25 seconds to go, seeing if BYU can convert something here. So they got about 20 seconds to go, able to convert about the 5-yard pass play. They find Algernon Brown on the play for about a 6-yard reception, 5 seconds to go. Complete it down the middle with a little bit of time left. They get the timeout and will end up kicking the field goal to end the half. So the half ends with a 17-10, Virginia lead. So we do get the ball back. Keon Johnson's hit for about the 13-yard reception. We hand it up to the middle on the following play to Taquan Mizell, who had that huge touchdown in the previous half. So looking up the middle here, able to find Andre Lavrone outside for about the 40-yard reception on the play, so a big play there on the out route. Looking here, up the middle to Andre Lavrone again for about the 9-yard reception on the slant play, so Lavrone coming up big for us on this drive. So So he handed off to Mazzell here, going outside, and able to power his way in for the touchdown, giving Virginia the 24-10 lead over BYU. Tanner Mangum able to find, on the following drive, Mitch Juergens up the middle for about the 14-yard gain on the play. So after running the hurry up again with about 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, looking outside of Nate Carter, he breaks the first tackle but not able to get away from the second. So not any yards on that play, bringing up a 2nd down and 10 with 2:45 left to go in the third quarter. Tanner Mangum looking outside of Nate Carter, but Nate Carter runs out of bounds, bringing up 3rd down and 7 after the 2-yard reception. So on 3rd down, Tanner Mangum hikes the ball, looking for Nick Kurtz, and he is tripped up, bringing up a 4th down and 3 after the 3rd down try. So after we get the ball back here, looking at maybe the fake jet sweep, handing off to Taquan Mazzell on the outside. He's able to get about 10 yards on the play, gets back on his feet, but gets back knocked down. Not really any gain after he got knocked down. So looking at the following play here, looking outside, just really throwing it away there after getting hit. At least we did not throw the interception, so bringing up a big 3rd down and 1 here. Handing it off to Mazzell. He's able to find a little bit of room up the middle for about the 5 or 6 yard gain on the play, giving us a big 3rd down conversion. So looking at 1st down and 10 here, able to find Kanan Severin on the curl route. So Kanan Severin coming up big this game. Handing it off to Albert Reed, the backup running back on the outside, able to get about 8 yards on the stretch play. So his first carry of the game looking good. So giving it back to Taquan Mazzell here on the toss. He is able to pick up the 1st down on the 2-yard rush. So throwing it outside here, Kanan Severin coming up big again on the little out route and giving us the 1st down and 10 just inside of 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. So Taquan Mazzell picking up about 7 yards on the rush there, giving us 82 total rush yards on the day. So handing off to Mazzell again in the red zone, getting the 1st down again, 5-yard rush on the play. So Mazzell coming up huge here. Looking at the little stretch play here and giving it to Mazzell, and he gets in the end zone for the 5-yard touchdown run, giving us the 21-point lead. 31-10 with 4 minutes, 45 seconds to go. And BYU just trying to salvage something out of this game. So Tanner Mangum drops back, looking up the middle, and a good catch by Taron Hook. About a 12-yard reception on the play, bringing up the 1st down for BYU. Looking at Mitch Juergens again for about the 7-yard reception on the play. So BYU driving almost inside of 4 minutes on the game. Tanner Mangum looking up the middle to his running back Algernon Brown for the 5-yard gain on the play. So Algernon Brown coming up pretty big in the passing game and the running game for BYU. Oh, and Tanner Mangum gets sacked after the cornerback blitz for about 6 yards on the play, bringing up the 2nd down and 16. So he throws it to Nate Carter on the screen and is able to pick up about 9 yards on the play, bringing up a big 3rd down and 7 for BYU inside of 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. So after Tanner Mangum hikes the ball, looking outside, and it is batted down by Micah Kaiser, bringing up a big 4th down and 7 for BYU. And Tanner Mangum is sacked on the play, and that gives us the ball back with about 3 minutes to go, about effectively sealing up this game, getting us the big win. Like I said, unless something crazy happens here. Handing it off to Taquan Mazzell, getting 6 yards on the play, bringing up a big 3rd down and 1 with about 2 minutes to go. Handing it off to Mazzell again, and he finds a lot of room up the middle for about 11 yards on the play. I believe that gets Mazzell over about 100 yards rushing on the game. So winding it down inside 2 minutes here. And like I said, just looking to seal up the game here for about the 1-yard rush on the play for Taquan Mazzell. So 31-10 lead, about minute 30 to go. Giving it to Albert Reed here on the outside run. Getting about 5 yards on the play, bringing up a 3rd down and 3. So on 3rd down, able to find Kanan Severin on the slant route for about a 14-yard gain on the play. So his big day continues, over 100 yards on the day for Kanan Severin. So able to find Taquan Mazzell up the middle for another touchdown. I believe that's his 3rd on the day, maybe 4th total. So able to look outside there and nothing doing, drop pass there. So we fast forward a little bit closer towards the end of the game, and they look on the screen there for Algernon Brown, not much doing, bringing up the 4th down that will be the last play of the game, and it is dropped. So that brings us to a final of 38-10, a big win in our first game against UVA. We will play against, I believe it is Oregon in the following week, and that is a home game, so a huge, huge game coming up. Definitely check that out. If you haven't seen the part 1 of the series, which was the preseason, that will be in the outro, so go check that out as well. So that's pretty much it. See ya. Career. I don't know what this segment would be called. Yeah, I do, actually. Sorry. This is a Dynasty. I mean, I did end up using the regular coach. As you guys can see here, I chose Virginia, the Cavaliers, and I'm going to be Mike London. Coach at head